Welcome to North Sulawesi, a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. This stunning destination, located in the heart of Indonesia, offers a unique blend of natural beauty and vibrant culture that will always captivate you. The region is covered in lush rainforests, towering volcanoes, and dramatic landscapes. You could explore the Tangkoko Nature Reserve to encounter rare and exotic wildlife, or hike to the top of Mount Lekuan for breathtaking panoramic views. The rich culture is equally abundant, with hardy locals showcasing their traditions and inviting you to take part in their lively festivals. With its crystal clear waters, North Sulawesi is a diver's paradise, boasting some of the most diverse marine life in the world, alongside pristine coral reefs. This time, we aren't heading to the rainforest. Our newest venture into North Sulawesi will focus on the plethora of islands that surround it. The first island on our list was Bangka Island.
This is your boat? Yeah. And you do this every time when guests come, you go pick them up?
Not every time.
Not every time.
We got hit by Corona so bad, so we are recovering.
Okay. No tourists.
Yeah, so very little tourists and
still.
Bangka Island is a small island of the northeastern tip of Sulawesi, famous for its pristine beaches and healthy dive tourism. The island has 4 main coastal villages: Lihunu, Kahuku, Libas, and Ehe. Bangka is extremely geographically diverse, with features like forest, coconut groves, mangroves, and pristine beaches.
We arrived at Mimphi Indah, a small eco-resort with sea view bungalows, a private jetty, and 500 meters of beautiful white sandy beach. All the buildings are built with natural, sustainable building materials such as bamboo and coconut wood, and truly blend in with nature.
Any danger fish?
Fish sharks, but they don't
come here.
They never come to you.
Okay.
Just 20 meters from the beach, the cottages are surrounded by lush greenery and tall coconut palms. The bungalows have a veranda from where we have a wonderful view of the ocean. Each bungalow has a private bathroom with hot and cold running water, a Western-style toilet, and comforts such as towels, soap, and shampoo. The surroundings are beautiful. The sandy beach meets the tropical forest, which, aside from a narrow footpath, gives the appearance of unspoiled nature. A restaurant is more than just a place to eat. It's also a place to relax, enjoy a drink, and discuss the many wonderful things that comprise this incomparable corner of the world. The food is prepared by Ita, and is a combination of traditional Indonesian and European cuisine, with ingredients from their organic garden.
Happy birthday to you. Make a wish. Okay, make a wish.
Daily walks are something you can't pass up on. We are always accompanied by Mickey and Snowy, two extremely friendly mixed breed dogs who seek us out each day. It seems as if they have claimed us as their own. We soon find out that we are not so alone in this tropical paradise. A closer look high into the crown of a nearby coconut tree reveals a local woodsman cutting coconuts with incredible skill. He poses kindly for our camera and showcases his mastery at working coconuts with a giant machete. Wow, we say to each other as we look on, hypnotized by the ease with which this man wields such a sharp tool. Occasionally, fully aware we're inspecting his work, he flashes us a friendly smile. This is an ideal location for people who want a relaxing holiday with a personal and friendly service. This is a place which boasts incredible diving and snorkeling opportunities in one of the most beautiful locations in the world.
There are more than 40 dive sites around the Bangka archipelago, including diving on the mainland, which will take you 5 to 15 minutes by boat, and up to 30 minutes for longer distances.
The type of the dive set is similar like before. Just coral flat and then sloping sandy bottoms. Okay. Clear. Okay, clear.
Diving in the Bangka archipelago is available all year round, but conditions vary. March to June is the dry season, November to February is the rainy season, and July to October can become very windy.
Our first dive site is Tanjung Husi, a hidden gem off the coast of Bangka Island. We are beckoned to explore beautiful coral gardens full of macro life, including the elusive frogfish. We experienced the thrill of drift diving as we sailed through gentle currents that reveal the rich biodiversity of the aquatic kingdom of North Sulawesi. Every dive here promises an enchanting encounter with ocean wonders, making it a must-visit destination for divers looking for an unforgettable adventure. Our next dive was only a 10-minute boat ride away. Batu Sahaung is a town made up of a series of large underwater peaks breaking the surface. The current can be strong with a visibility of about 15 meters and an average dive depth of between 5 and 40 meters. There is such an abundance of soft corals and marine life that we wanted to visit this underwater kingdom more than once.
This biodiverse site teems with life. Frequent encounters include white-tipped reef sharks, rays, and eagle rays, along with nudibranchs and seahorses. With such an enormous congregation of soft corals, Sahaung beckons divers to explore its wonders again and again. Snappers, surgeonfish, fusiliers, batfish, angelfish, and red-toothed triggerfish populate the pinnacles. Keep your eye out for small white-tip reef sharks concealed beneath the table corals. For those with a trained eye, the elusive pygmy seahorse may reveal itself.
In this wonderful underwater world, we also met a mighty pufferfish. It swam around us fearlessly and cheekily, regarding us with curiosity. No matter how many different species of fish you meet underwater, you never get tired of their sweet and funny faces. You must be very alert during a dive. Suddenly, a rock beneath you is no longer a rock, but a crocodile fish, lying in wait for its prey. Another underwater creature that makes this coral reef more diverse and interesting. Our next dive was again something special. This time we went to check out Batu Thiga, which means 3 rocks, or 3 peaks. 2 of them are above the surface of the water, while the third is submerged.
There isn't typically any current on this particular dive. The dive starts on a sandy sloping reef where you can find morays, scorpionfish, small reef fish, and nudists. Follow the reef down and swim in the southerly direction to find the submerged pinnacle at around 40 meters. You may see giant frogfish, moray, glassfish, batfish, snapper, or red-toothed triggerfish. Keep your eyes peeled for the rare, white colonial anemones on the reef.
The next dive didn't disappoint us either, but we were surprised by the huge coral formations known as bommies. These structures are teeming with a diverse array of marine creatures, ranging from the common inhabitants of the reef to the unique and extraordinary species typically encountered in high-quality muck diving spots. Beyond the coral bommies lies an expansive sandy area adorned with seagrass, where, with a bit of good fortune, one might spot the elusive dugongs grazing. We weren't quite so lucky this time, but we did see lots of blue-spotted stingrays dancing on the sandy seabed instead. For the next dive, we were right off the coast of the village of Lihunu. Tanjung Lihunu is a fantastic diving spot, characterized by hard corals. Here too we saw giant frogfish, but we spend a great deal of time looking for the amazing and unusual nudibranches that hide in the current. Through the colourful company of tropical creatures that swam between the coral structures, we happened upon a gorgeous specimen of a young midnight snapper. Juveniles have a black and white striped pattern, including 5 white spots on the back, while adults are dark grey-brown on the upper body, changing to yellow on the head and lower body. Giant clams are key to the health of coral reefs. Their large armour plating hosts many different creatures: corals, algae, sponges, crabs, all while themselves being food for dozens of species, contributing massively to the biological diversity of coral reefs.
Tanjung Lihunu's coral reef is also home to leaf scorpionfish and eels, and the currents that pass through make it one of the best places around Bangka to view the larger pelagic species.
Just a stone's throw away, within the bay before the village of Lihunu, there is a diving spot that truly deserves its title: Lihunu Garden. The underwater world here is utterly breathtaking. Multicoloured anemones provide a home for cute and curious clownfish, and a combination of soft and hard corals forms a dazzling bouquet of underwater life. The colours are extraordinary, and you can't help but marvel at these organic structures created entirely by nature. Sunlight seeping through the water's surface creates incredibly beautiful scenes in this underwater coral garden.
The next site is located in the south coast of Bangka Island and is a slope with a mixture of black and white sand. Busa Bora, also called Sabora by the locals, offers a stunning dive with an average depth of 17 meters and a visibility of 5 to 10 meters.
This coral slope dive site is renowned for its minimal current, making it ideal for night dives. Divers can expect to encounter well-camouflaged crocodile fish, stonefish and frogfish, alongside large gorgonian sea fans and tree corals. The underwater spectacle includes blue-striped snappers greeting divers as they descend, while pygmy seahorses and various other rare species provide a chance for divers to boast about their sightings. The dive's maximum depth reaches 25 meters, and the reduced visibility compared to other Bangka sites challenges more advanced divers. Among the colourful corals, we saw another extraordinary sea creature, a lionfish, who proudly positioned itself for the camera. This coral comrade is best admired from afar. In addition to its beautiful fins, which seem to shimmer and dance like colourful feathers. Lionfish are armed with long, poisonous dorsal spines, which are used either to disable prey or defend against predators. This sea garden harboured another resident, a large sea turtle, who watched us a little wearily from under the giant coral. She eventually became comfortable, but it was clear that she was well aware of her magnificence. In the immediate vicinity of Busa Bora is the diving site Busa Bora 2. Here too, the corals are inhabited by various tropical fish, eels, pipefish, and many other wonderful ascidians. These colourful representatives of tunicates are also very important to the marine ecosystem, as they feed by drawing water through a branchial siphon at the top, filtering phytoplankton, bacteria and other food particles before expelling the water through an atrium siphon at the side. Fan-shaped corals, anemones and sea creatures of all possible shapes and colours. This colourful palette of the underwater world is astonishing and makes one want to stay underwater forever.
You can dive all over the islands of the Bangka archipelago, with most dive sites less than 30 minutes from the resort. Directly in front of the resort is a beautiful house reef with lots of fish, an ideal place for snorkeling or diving.
Coral reefs are in trouble all over the world, and Bangka Island is no exception. Climate change, unsustainable fishing practices and pollution are also threatening this area in the heart of the Coral Triangle. Over the years, iron ore mining has further damaged the coral reefs of Bangka Island. Fortunately, the local population have successfully prevented further mining of the island, but much damage has already been done. Since 2012, the Mimphi Indah resort has been cooperating with the Yayasan Suara Pulau Foundation, which deals with the protection and preservation of nature. Together with the foundation, they set up artificial reef structures on the resort's house reef. The coral reef is being restored with the so-called biorock technology. This passes an electric current through the salt water, which allows the fixation of calcium carbonate around the metal structure. When minerals begin to cover the surface, a coral reef is formed. Experts also attach fragments of damaged coral, previously collected from degraded areas of the reef, to these pyramid-like structures. The goal is to facilitate regrowth and eventual transformation into a true natural reef, and the restoration of species that are increasingly vulnerable to extinction. While travelling, we like to meet the local population and explore. We are interested in traditional culture and differing ways of life around the world, so we set off to discover a nearby village. The nearest village on the island is the village of Lihunu. There are no roads. The path to the village winds along the mangrove coast and through the rainforest, which is an adventure in itself. The route takes about an hour and is sometimes quite challenging, as it takes us through some of the most fertile natural rainforests on the island. After leaving the resort, we started following the coast through the mangrove area. Some parts of the beach are sandy, while others are quite rocky. A variety of debris and waste has been carried here by the sea.
Jungle trash all the way around. Plastic bags, dirty pants, all you can hear found.
The path winds into the forest along steep slopes, past sandy remains of a beach and by stone structures.
Village.
When the white sandy beach and the ocean appear, we know we have arrived at the village of Lihunu.
Jesse and Asadi. My name is Brigitta. Yeah.
Where do you live?
My country. Europe. Slovenia.
Oh,
No.
Slovenia.
Yeah.
Speaking English?
Yeah. You speak English?
I can study speaking English.
What's your name?
Mince.
How?
Mince.
Mince.
Yes. Your name?
Brigitta.
Brigitta.
What's your name?
Maurel. You from?
Slovenia. You know Slovenia, you don't know.
No.
It's in Europe.
Villamarani.
You know Europe?
I'm from Lihunu, Indonesia.
Yeah. You speak English?
Yes.
Yes.
Teacher English. SMP Negeri 3 itu.
This is village here?
Yes.
Yeah. Here? Where can we go here?
Yes.
There are small fishing boats along the shore, and we also met some happy locals.
Hello.
Who greet us with warm smiles as we pass.
Nomad. Hi. Hello. Hello. Noah, come.
Villagers on the remote tropical island of Bangka live much as they have for generations before them. In Lihunu village, most people are employed in the domestic economy, including fishing, coconut cultivation and small-scale agriculture.
Hi. Hello.
Lihunu has a population of around 2,000 who live in colourful houses. The village roads are little more than a metre wide and intersect the houses in a grid-like pattern. Every house seems to have a small front garden, and most are awash with the colours of various flowers and shrubs. Many gardens also have fruit trees, from bananas and guavas to limes and breadfruit.
The village has 5 churches with high bell towers and 2 village schools. Children play outside and always seem carefree, laughing, smiling, and curious about visitors. On almost every street we find a small shop, toko, or restaurant, warung, which, if you don't look closely, looks like a residential building, which it usually is. The people of Lihunu village are friendly, the village is charming, there is a strong sense of community, and we got a real insight into the simple lives of the locals during our visit.
Hey, more. More candy. Yeah. You, candy. Come on. No menu. No, ate. Yeah, come on.
Mari pilih order
Yeah.
itu boleh
Dame
bayar.
tanto. Bule, babe.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
We explored the island of Bangka on land, met friendly locals in the village of Lihunu, enjoyed the hospitality of our hosts in the Mimphi Indah resort, discovered the magical underwater world of coral reefs. All that remained was the journey back to mainland Sulawesi. If the island had intentionally served us with its magic during our stay, it seemed to protest our departure, as during the boat ride, the weather reflected our own feelings about leaving this wonderful place. Windy, grey and sad, with high waves. A 45-minute boat ride through the raging sea was a new adventure for us, but with the help of the experienced Captain Samati and his assistant Jopi, we managed to get through it.
Enriched with new experiences and wonderful memories, we said goodbye to the island that hosted us. See you next time, Bangka.
Our journey isn't over yet. We're now heading to the other side of North Sulawesi.
Thank you, bye.
The drive takes about an hour along narrow, poorly maintained roads, through small villages and past beautiful green landscapes. Our destination is Bahowo Park, a small port with a long pier stretching into the sea, flanked by mangrove forests. Here we'll be greeted by Thomas, the captain of a small boat that will take us to the next island, Bunaken.
Bunaken Island is part of Bunaken National Park, a marine park in the Indonesian region of northern Sulawesi. The park is located near the center of the Coral Triangle, providing habitat to 390 species of coral, as well as many fish, mollusks, reptiles, and marine mammal species. It covers a total area of 890 square kilometers, 97% of which is marine habitat. The remaining 3% of the park is terrestrial, including the 5 islands of Bunaken, Manado Tua, Mantehage, Nine, and Siladen.
After a smooth boat ride, we arrived at the Bunaken Sea Garden Resort. It is located on Pangalisan Beach at the eastern coast of the island, and since there is no pier, we stepped onto the shore directly from the boat. The bungalows are fashioned in a traditional Indonesian style, surrounded by lush greenery, and feature beds with mosquito nets, fans, a bathroom, and a private terrace.
Tam je takoj koralni greben, vidiš? Tam, ko se belo sveti.
The restaurant serves Indonesian dishes, and alongside 3 meals a day, coffee, tea, and drinking water are also readily available. The resort has a well-equipped diving centre, which we took advantage of during our stay. Since Sea Garden is located right next to a beautiful coral reef, we could snorkel right in front of the resort, or take a boat to various diving spots that offer spectacular diving around the island.
The waters around Bunaken National Park are deep, plummeting over 1,500 meters in places. This allows strong ocean currents to sweep past the islands, depositing larvae and juvenile fish into the park along the way. As a result, the park hosts some of Indonesia's most diverse diving experiences. The nutrient-rich water and near vertical topography have ensured an extensive coral reef system and some incredible wall diving, while nearby volcanic sand has created hotspots for macro species and critters. The deep channels and strong open ocean currents flowing through Bunaken National Park also serve as highways for marine megafauna, including migrating whales and dolphins.
Our first dive was at the dive site Sachiko Point, located on the eastern side of Bunaken Island. This steep slope is excellent for both snorkeling and for divers seeking something more. The top of the reef extends far from the Bunaken coast and features an extensive and untouched coral garden. The sloping wall is home to numerous great gorgonians, and the slope features many small nooks and crevices that different species of moray eel call home. Swimming along this slope will make you feel like you are in some kind of fish soup, as thousands of red-toothed triggerfish swarm the water. The currents can sometimes be strong. However, they are usually a slower drift current, and you will find shelter when reaching one of the corners. For our next dive, we took the boat to Siladen Island. The dive site Siladen Jetty is considered one of the best diving spots in Bunaken National Park. The shallow reefs are covered with untouched corals, while the deeper coral walls are adorned with beautiful gorgonians. For our next dive, we headed to the dive site Alung Banua, named after a small village on the southern side of Bunaken. The dive begins on a sloping sandy patch, home to many shrimp gobies and leaf scorpion fish, followed by a vertical wall full of cracks, crevices, and occasionally caves. The wall is covered with hard corals and is home to a variety of marine life. You can spot barracudas, triggers, parrotfish, butterfly fish, sea snakes, sea turtles, numerous anithias, and even some white or black-tipped reef sharks. The depth of the dive at Alung Banua ranges from 18 to 25 meters, with visibility between 15 and 25 meters, making this spot suitable for divers of all levels. We did our next dive at the Lekuan 2 dive site. The coral wall here stretches for several kilometers. It is divided into several different dive sites, Lekuan 1, 2 and 3. And although each dive site is unique, they all share the same stunning coral wall and are home to a wide range of interesting creatures. Here you are almost guaranteed encounters with enormous green and hawksbill turtles. It isn't uncommon to spot more than 10 per hour. Meaning in front of the village in Indonesian. Dempang Kampung is on the southeast side of Bunaken and sits directly in front of Bunaken village. This sloping reef is a continuation of Lekuan and is home to just as many sea turtles. Sharks, eagle rays and large tuna are relatively common sightings, and on the slope you can find many other critters. Our next dive was at Bunaken Timur, a very long wall featuring an exceptionally beautiful coral garden. Due to its length, it is divided into 4 different dive sites: Bunaken Timur 1, Pangkalisang, Bunaken Timur 2 and Chacha. The top of the reef is home to pristine coral gardens bursting with life and gradually slopes to around 10 meters before dropping to a near vertical wall. The reef wall is home to many unique creatures, such as pygmy seahorses, harlequin pipefish, and various species of lobster. Diving in Bunaken offers unique experiences, excellent visibility, and only occasional stronger currents. Between dives, we filled our time with snorkeling, as the nearby coral reef provides an excellent opportunity to explore the underwater world from a different perspective. We were greeted by a treasure trove of colourful corals, schools of vibrant fish, and beautiful sea stars. We couldn't get enough of all these colourful underwater creatures swimming around us. Enchanted by the beauty of this underwater forest, we explored every metre of the coral reef, all the way to the steep vertical walls where the reef plunges hundreds of metres into the abyss. Among all the amazing marine creatures we encountered, the majestic and graceful sea turtles captivated us the most. For this unforgettable experience, we had to move to the edge of the reef and wait patiently, but not for long. Soon enough, one of them swam close, looked at us curiously, and with slow, elegant strokes, glid onward.
Green sea turtles are one of the top reasons for diving in the Bunaken Marine Park area. These creatures flourish both at the reef tops and on Bunaken's coral walls, which offer them many shelves and ledges on which to rest.
The turtles here nest on the islands of Bunaken, Siladen and Manado Tua, and females will return to the beach on which they were hatched every 2 to 4 years. In a nesting year, a female may nest up to 9 times, laying between 75 and 150 eggs with each nest. This larger species of sea turtle can reach up to 300 kilograms in weight, with its shell and carapace potentially growing up to 1.5 meters in length. The green sea turtle is distinguishable by the single pair of prefrontal scales on its small but blunt head, and also by its bony, ridgeless carapace, which is made up of large, non-overlapping scutes. The green turtle is so named because of the colourful fat underneath its shell. The actual shell coloration varies wildly between shades of green, brown, grey, and even black in some areas. Unlike hawksbill turtles, which are also commonly seen in Bunaken, the green sea turtle has only one visible claw per flipper, rather than 2. It isn't only the coral reefs of North Sulawesi that boast such rich biodiversity. The mangrove forests also make up a significant part of the ecosystem. These too revealed many unusual ocean inhabitants.
Mangroves are the only trees in the world that can live in saltwater and have a complex salt filtration system which eventually excretes excess salt through the waxy leaves. Besides that, their unusual root structure forms a physical buffer which protects the shoreline from storm waves and surges. Their roots, quite literally, hold the land together. Fish are particularly fond of mangrove trees, as the roots create a haven for fish of all sizes and species. Thousands of juvenile fish find shelter, protection, and food among the mangrove roots.
The island of Bunaken had another surprise in store for us. During the full moon and a strong tidal shift, we were able to admire the underwater world of the coral reef from dry land for a change. The sea receded, revealing the magnificent marine flora and fauna from a whole new perspective. We came to understand the power and beauty of nature on our planet, marveling at sea creatures that suddenly changed colour and shape, exposing their vulnerability on land.
At low tide, you can walk along Penggalisang Beach to the village, while at high tide, the beach disappears underwater and you can return via the narrow paths found on the island.
Hello.
These narrow paths connect different settlements on the island, and many of them become practically impassable after rain. There are no cars on the island. Motorcycles and boats are the only means of transport, so you can explore the island on foot, or hire a bike or boat to visit various diving spots.
Arriving in the village immediately gave us an insight into everyday life in Bunaken. Children were running around us. Locals greeted us as we walked past their homes, and chickens and dogs were chasing each other down the street. Almost everyone we met in the village of Bunaken smiled and greeted us with a friendly hello, which led us to affectionately name Bunaken the Island of Smiles. The village community is mainly comprised of Muslims and Christians, with the latter being a more influential cohort since Sulawesi is predominantly Christian. A massive pink church with hints of Disney-style architecture proudly stands on the coast, but there is also a mosque close by. The island itself has a rustic charm. The locals are something special, and we can safely say they are the friendliest people we've encountered across all our travels. Bunaken Island is stunning and must have some of the most beautiful dives on the planet. With opportunities to experience incredible underwater gardens, meet thousands of vibrant marine creatures, explore secret bays, and uncover hidden landmarks, all from resorts that offer a warm and comforting welcome to their guests.
Bunaken is extraordinary for such a little island, and we're sure it'll be a place that anyone would hope to return to.